Welcome to the Ionavation Podcast. My name is Toni Green, and I'm joined here by a lovely guest, owner of Pennylick Ice Cream. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Ellen Sledge. Thank you for having
Of
me.
course.
And I own Pennylick Ice Cream Company. We are an ice cream business here in Westchester County. We are a manufacturer. We sell retail. We sell wholesale. We have 3 stores, and we have a catering and mobile vending business.
Beautiful. So, when did you start Pennylick?
2013. I started with just one pushcart at just one farmer's market. It was kind of an experiment to see if it would go anywhere. And by the end of the first year, it looked like I could do something with it. So we've been slowly growing ever since.
So, what exactly pushed you to keep that growth and to keep that hunger that you first started with?
Honestly, somebody said to me once that success motivates. And we had a pretty lovely first summer, and it was well received. It's also ice cream. I've always wanted a small business, but this is something that's kind of joyful, right? I could be selling any one of 1,000 things, and that'd be fine, and I like selling. But people generally come into ice cream shops happy.
Mhm.
And if they're not happy, you're about to give them an ice cream cone, and they're going to be happy. It's just something oddly joyful about inhabiting the ice cream world hospitality space.
Yeah, you mentioned that joy. You've also, one thing that stuck out about your e-talk, you mentioned that you're a mom and you always speak about your kids, and it seems like your kids are a huge part of your life. What are some things that you've taken from being a mom that you've been able to benefit off of being a business owner?
Oh, that's a really great question. I think if I've learned one thing from being a mom that I apply to work is that I have to, it's okay to have to drop something to do something else and come back to it. Especially in a crisis. I'm really good in a crisis at keeping a cool head. And children are really, really great at
Starting crisis.
crises. I am constantly dropping things because some child of mine has caused something ridiculous. It's a weird thing to say, but a plumbing problem, Pennylick, won't phase me because I'll be like, okay, we call it plumber, it's fixed, no problem. And a plumbing problem at home won't phase me until I realize that it's one of my children who flushed an ear of corn down the toilet. But it also kind of refocuses you on your priorities. Like, what are my ultimate priorities in life? Do I want to be a really happy, successful business owner? Yes, but I'm not happy if my kids and my husband aren't happy because I share a space with them. And you're really only ever as happy as your saddest child, right? And so I want to prioritize them as much as possible. I mean, I'm not suggesting in any way I have any sort of work-life balance, that I do not. I am really bad at it, but it is having 3 kids and seeing them grow and change and seeing them through wonderful times and terrible times has always taught me to just focus on what's important, and that everything else can kind of fall by the wayside until I can get back to it.
Okay. So one thing that strikes me about you is resilience. You said that you started in 2013, so that's over a decade at this point. So that comes with a lot of ups and downs, a lot of successes, a lot of triumphs, and a lot of failures, and a lot of lessons that you had to be taught. What has been some of the biggest things that you've taken away from being an entrepreneur for over a decade at this point?
Well, yeah, I feel like I learn a lesson every day, whether I deserved to learn it or not. um, I have really had to learn how to let go. I could always be very controlling, and learning how to let go of minutia details that weren't quite important was a challenge, but it only helps the business progress. Like, I have to learn that if I don't let go, I stand in the way of the growth of the business.
Sure.
Like, the business grows or doesn't very much because of me. Not that I am the business, but that I can be the blockade. I think one of the other things I learned is that you should, if you have a small business, that you should love it, but that you shouldn't be in love with it. You should not be so infatuated with what you're doing and how you're doing it that you can't possibly explore change. Because again, that's you being the blockade in the growth of the business. Sometimes some aspect of your business, some product, some pivot idea is just failing and it doesn't work out. And if you hold on too long, it will take down the ship. I think that those are probably the biggest things I've learned.
Okay, so as an entrepreneur and mother, time management is some of the most important things that you have to deal with every single day.
I look forward to learning it someday.
It's been that difficult for you?
No, I love iPhones,
Mhm.
right? I've had them since the first iPhone. I remember I got my first iPhone and my 10-month-old baby boy threw up on it.
Oh.
But the iPhone has all these apps. But the thing I probably use the most is a little app called Things. And it's just to-do lists, and you can categorize your to-do lists. And I live my life by a to-do list. And before I go to bed at night, I have that to-do list. It's ready to go for the next day. And I tell myself if I get 50% done, it's great. And it's that to-do list is a mix of things I need to do for Pennylick. And then I need to do for anything that's not Pennylick. And the nice thing about the app is you can pull these things up and down and prioritize which ones you like more. And I move them up and down a lot during the course of a day. I mean, I'm 50. I've been running the business for a while, and my kids are grown. They're 21 and 18 and 15 and driving me insane.
We won't stop anytime soon.
No, I know it won't. And and I know how things go, how long something will take me to do, and I'm pretty good at figuring out what really needs to be done during the day and what doesn't. And I'm also really good. I've gotten very good over the years of at a certain time of the day saying that's enough. Look, not all that to-do list is done, but you need to refocus now. Go somewhere else, go home. Have dinner with your kids, do something else.
So there's obviously a lot that comes with your life. There's a lot of crises, like you just said. How do you... Ice cream is a hospitality business. Every single day you have to show up with a smile, no matter what's going on in your personal life. How do you keep that consistency and keep being a joy to... Because I can imagine there's so many kids that come into your shop.
Yeah, there's certainly been moments where I just couldn't. I knew I just couldn't. I mean, 10 years in anybody's life, which is the age of my oldest store. Pennylick's 12 years old, but Hastings on Hudson store's 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been in front of people 7 days a week for 10 years in some capacity, whether it's customers or my employees. And there are definitely moments that I just could not. In 10 years, so much can happen to a person. So much can happen to a family. So much can happen to a planet. And the last 10 years have been filled with a lot of joy and a tremendous amount of grief that there isn't enough time in this podcast to talk about. So what do? I lean into the joyful moments. My husband also years ago started like this practice during COVID, right? Of he has a little notepad by the side of his bed where he lists just 3 good things to hold on to that happened that day. That actually fuels you. It helps you move forward. I'm also pretty, for somebody who used to hide from people, I'm actually pretty energized by asking people how they do, how they're doing, how their life is, by seeing people and greeting them on the street. I am that person who says hello to you when you walk down the street. My grandmother raised me to be that way. She just didn't understand why anybody wouldn't be. And I'm energized by being surrounded by other people. Hospitality, you're always surrounded by other people. That doesn't mean that there haven't been moments where I've just absolutely needed to pause and take a break. And the nice thing is, I'm a business owner and I've got a team. And so if things are really, really rough, I can lean on them and they will step in, and they have time and time again.
I know you said that you don't really like social media and phones like that, but I got a chance to look at your social media. It's actually pretty remarkable,
Great. I
especially.
will tell the person I pay to do that because I am terrible at it. And when she comes in and she's like, sit down, I'd like to take a video of you. I'm like, damn it. But it's, I mean, the nice thing about social media is like, it's constantly, it's a free way of reminding people that you
Mhm.
are there and what you do and how you do it. And then just making the food look delicious
Right.
and having like a nice sense of happy.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you my final question of the day before I let you go. Your business is about decisions.
Yeah.
There's a lot of decisions that have led to you lasting so long, because at this point, over a decade is remarkable. What would you say is the biggest decision that you've had to make up to this point that's helped yield your success? If you can point out just one.
Actually, I'm just going to say it overall. It's make the decision. So, for a great example, 2020 in COVID, a lot of businesses fell apart really quickly, in part because they couldn't make a decision as to what to do next. What do we do about the finances? What do we do about the staff? What do we do about pivoting? And making no decision at all is always the wrong answer. Making any decision is always better odds than making no decision at all. Making no decision is a death knell. And so, regardless of the 1,000 decisions I probably make in a week, the important part is that I've made them. Some of them are going to be right, and some of them are going to be wrong. And I will adapt in the moment and figure it out like every other human being on this planet. But if you don't make any decision, you're dead.
All right. Well, can you please tell the people one more time where they can find you again?
Okay, well, if you like ice cream, and you do, we are at Hastings-on-Hudson. We are in Mamaroneck. In the summers, we are in Ossining. And then you can find our carts all over the place at sports events, festivals, weddings, bar mitzvahs. Anybody who will let us serve them ice cream, we come. Pennylickicecream.com is our website. Yes.
It's been an absolute pleasure picking your brain, Ellen. If you guys would like to see more content like this, please follow us and subscribe to us on YouTube and Instagram at Hynes Institute. Thank you for watching.